This is every matchup to make after UFC 308 that just took place. Sorry this video is one day late. I wasn't feeling very well. I'm still not feeling very well, so if I sound sick, that is what it is. And also the way I have this set up where how I'm showing the fighters, I want to make it better, but I'm just not feeling well, so I'm still trying to get this video out so then I can start working on the predictions for the Edmonton card tomorrow. But yeah. Let's just get into it here. Starting with Ilia Topuria. Again, fantastic knockout, fantastic performance. They brought Volkan to the ring. Horrible. We need Diego Lopez now. Now in Spain. This is the fight. Red hot. Could go. I think this is a more competitive fight than people think. Because I think Diego Lopez got the best style to get Ilia Topuria out of there in the first round. Fast, explosive, get in there, bang, bang, bang. So if he can hit Ilia Topuria hard, we'll find out who hits harder. And even if it goes later rounds, like as the rounds go on, it's gonna be better for Ilia. Diego Lopez can pull out a weird submission out of nowhere and get Ilia, so that's another way that can happen. So that's a great competitive fight. Diego Lopez deserves it. He made weight. Volk should not. Volk needs to fight a competitive challenger and defend his ranking. He got knocked out bad. It's like, I know he's held the belt for a while, but I don't know, man. I don't think he should fight Ilia right now, especially if we want to do Ilia versus Diego Lopez, Islam versus Arman, and then at the end of 2025 we do, and probably in Abu Dhabi, do Islam versus Topuria. But yeah, let's go Ilia versus Diego Lopez. It's the best fight to make right now in the featherweight division for Ilia. Moving on, Max Holloway. Max Holloway has a lot of options now. He's going up to lightweight for sure, and the main fight I want to see is Charles Oliveira. That's the fight to make. That is a good fight. Really rematch from when they're featherweight. It's a great fight. But now there's a lot that can happen here with Max. He's the BMF champ, and also he's a lot of hype still around his name. Even though he lost featherweight, and lightweight, he's still dangerous. We could do Dan Hooker for the BMF strap. You know, he'd be interested in that. We could do Michael Chandler or Charles, depending on who wins. And I want to throw this in here. Conor McGregor's a name we can have. Conor McGregor's a name. If they want Conor at the title shot, any of these fights is going to sell money with Conor. Well, let's just say Charles beats Chandler. All right. Chandler's out of here. He's probably not going to face a losing Chandler twice in a row. There's no reason for that. And let's just say Hooker fights like maybe Paddy Pimblett or Moicano. Well, then we do Charles Oliveira versus Holloway for the BMF strap. And the winner of that fights Conor. Then Conor wins that. He's in the title shot. That's what the UFC wants. You know they want Islam versus Conor. That could be versus Conor 2 pretty much. And I have a way I think that could be versus Conor 2 can happen, and I'll make a video on that in the future. But it's a very hypothetical, but it can definitely happen. But yeah, let's do Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira for sure. Win or lose against Chandler, I want to see that. And Max Holloway can get a title shot in the lightweight division from that. I don't think he should get it right away. Like, that's why I'm saying maybe he fights Dan Hooker and someone else. But yeah, let's do the Charles Oliveira. Moving on to Khamzat. There's no other fight. Khamzat, I would rather him do Dricus right now instead of Strickland. But let's do Khamzat versus Dricus. That's a great fight. In South Africa is where we should have it. Dricus, I think Dricus can do it too. Like, it's way more competitive than people probably think right now because Dricus is strong. And Dricus is just weird. And it's just for some reason it'd be a thing that would happen where Dricus wins. But yeah, that's the fight to make. I don't need to spend much time on it. People know this is the fight to make. Simply. It's going to be great too. I'm hyped for it. So, yeah, Khamzat serves the title shot, dominated Rob Whittaker. And I was going to say this, but I think I just seen something out that it may not happen that way. But if Khamzat doesn't want to sit out, which he probably will sit out, do the Khamzat versus Izzy fight just to have that fight happen that we might have missed out on. It probably won't happen. But like on the Saudi Arabia fight night card that they're going to have, the main event, Khamzat versus Izzy, that's going to sell, or it's going to sell the arena. It's hype, and Saudi Arabia will pay for it. So they could do that for sure. Anyway, moving on. That's the fight to make. Robert Whittaker, he's going to be out for a while. Bad injury. I want him to fight Anthony Hernandez. I think he'll have a couple more wins, be up there. He needs to fight a contender. And I think that Anthony Hernandez is going to be a perfect contender by the time he gets there. It's also a grappler. So Robert needs to fight a good grappler. And I think Imavov and Kyle Braho, by the time Robert Whittaker gets back, will be in the title shot picture. And besides that, Robert Whittaker's fought everybody. So just give him Anthony Hernandez. Unless like a Bo Nickel has gotten shoehorned up there by then, or a Sharon Bullet, which we'll get to soon. Let's just do the Anthony Hernandez fight. That's the one to have. And yeah, Robert Whittaker, Anthony Hernandez. It's a good fight. Keeps Robert Whittaker active. Still, I think time's closing on him to get next title shot, but he can do a Dustin Poirier, I think. If he beats Anthony Hernandez and maybe beats like a Kyle Baraujo or a Imov or Brendan Allen maybe coming up if he makes a turnaround here, fighting Marvin Vettori or something. So yeah, let's do Robert Whittaker, Anthony Hernandez. That's a great fight. Moving on, Magomed Ankalaev. I already said what I want. Let's get this Pereira fight on. I'm excited for this fight. This is the fight to make light heavyweight. This is the only fight. This is the most hyped fight. I want it so bad. I want Pereira to beat him. I think Pereira will beat him, and then we'll get the Aspinall fight. But this is, he deserves it. It's a great name for Pereira's legacy. Probably puts Pereira up above DC in the light heavyweight division all time. Probably gets him up there close to GOAT, even closer to GOAT if he dominates him and if he has to deal with wrestling. So yeah, I think that's what we do. We get the Alex Pereira fight. He deserves it now. He's undeniable now, regardless of how that fight was. And he still showed stuff out there that he's dangerous, right? So that's a fight to make. Make it in March, probably. I don't want, because Pereira's going to want to fight by March. If Ramadan's going to be issue, fuck, man, I don't know. But we need to have that fight. It can't be in Abu Dhabi time, because I think my prediction right now is we do Ankalaev versus Pereira in March. We do Aspinall and probably Aspinall and Ciryl Gane in April-ish. If Ciryl Gane wins or Volkov, but I want Ciryl Gane to win because I think it's way more fun of a fight. And then Madison Square Garden card next year, because I'm pretty sure John and Steve are both going to retire. We do Aspinall versus Pereira, main event of the Madison Square Garden card. So moving on, Alexander Ratchik. 2 fights for him I have. Probably Nikita Krylov if he beats I can't even say that guy's name on UFC 309 coming up. That's probably the fight to make. Makes most sense. Nikita Krylov gets right into the title shot picture, top 5 picture, takes his ranking. Or if we want to get Carlos Ulberg up there, we do Carlos Ulberg. I think he's coming up. If he beats Ozdemir and he fights Ratchik, he's right in the title fight picture. He's a prospect in the light heavyweight division. So why don't we do that? You know what I'm saying? I think that's a fair fight for him to have. So Ratchik can see either one of these. It'll probably be Krylov more than Ulberg, but that's what I want to see Ratchik fight next. And Ratchik can win these fights. This is a good way to keep the light heavyweight division moving and fresh, because Pereira won't be around much longer. He probably retires after, if he loses to Aspinall, I would assume. So yeah, moving on. Lerone Murphy, he called him out. Let's do it. Makes a lot of sense for me. Let's do Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett has been gone since he murdered Bryce Mitchell at the end of last year. Let's do Lerone Murphy. Josh Emmett probably early next year, February. That's a good fight. Competitive. I'd probably say Lerone Murphy wins, but if he gets caught how he did against Dan Ige by Josh Emmett, he's done. So yeah, let's do that fight. Get Lerone Murphy up there, get some fresh blood in the featherweight division, keep it moving. We can probably he can be up there soon for a title shot. You know, Ilias can need some contenders. I think he's gonna have a division ran for a long time if he gets past the first round with Lopez, and he probably beats Volk again in the rematch. And even if he loses to Islam, I don't think he's gonna get KO'd as bad. He'll probably have a really close fight with Islam, so I don't think he'll take too much damage like how Volk didn't come back, and who's gonna knock him out anyway, right? So I think when he does come back, he'll probably face a grappler like Mosavar or maybe Aljo. We'll see what happens at 310. Anyway, moving on. Dan Ige, next fight. Gene Silva, rising prospect. There's no picture of him here for no reason, but Gene Silva, let's have him fight. Have him fight Dan Ige, get him ranked. If he stays at featherweight, if he's going to lightweight, it's a whole different thing. But if he's staying at featherweight, Gene Silva deserves to be ranked. He's a killer, dude. So let's get him up there. He's a prospect. He can probably, people are talking about the Elliot Taporia fight already, so let's do the Dan Ige. Dan Ige is a savage too, so it'll be a good fight regardless, right? And Dan Ige's lost 2 in a row now, so he has to fight upwards. He can't fight downwards, you know. And so let's do even though he looked competitive against Murphy, he almost knocked him out at the beginning, and did look good against Lopez. So it'll be a great challenge to see if Gene Silva's the real deal, or if he'll get fraud checked. I hope he doesn't, because we need these fighting nerd guys. But yeah, let's do Gene Silva, Dan Ige. Probably the Pereira card. They could do that for sure. Probably the Pereira card. If Gene Silva wants to fight sooner, maybe the Islam Arman if Dan Ige is fine with that. Anyway, moving on. For the last fight, This is a quicker video. I'm just sorry, guys. I'm dead. Hopefully I'll have the Edmonton card out tomorrow. If not, Wednesday for sure. But let's do. I was gonna do Sharp Bullet versus Michael Pereira because that's a fight he can win, and then they could have done Michael Pereira. Sharp beats Michael Pereira. He's ranked, and then do him versus Izzy. Probably was what they probably would look for maybe for the Saudi Arabia card again. Izzy's probably gonna be their big name that use that against one of the prospects like Sharp Bullet. But the pound for pound just came up for middleweight, or the ranking just came up for middleweight. Number 14 actually right here says, which is why I'm kind of happy I was late making this video because my call would have been off. He's higher ranked than Michael Pereira right now. So let's just do Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier is on his way out. I don't think he's going to wrestle with Shara. I think Shara can bounce around, score fight against him as long as he doesn't get his leg caught and hit by Jared Cannonier, which will kill him. I think it's a winnable fight for Shara. Gets him almost in the top 5. You probably then do the Izzy fight, and then he's right there for a title shot. So if he beats Izzy, which I don't think he will, but if he gets past Jared Cannonier, which I think is a winnable fight for him, he's in it. He's a real deal. But anyway, guys, sorry for a quick video. Not the best setup for it, but I just wanted to get it out. Still put content out for you guys. I hopefully will feel better tomorrow. Have the video out for the Edmonton card either Wednesday or tomorrow. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below.